We're halfway through the Mountain West Conference regular season schedule, and this afternoon Boise State looks to keep things rolling when they host the San Jose State University Spartans. Welcome inside ExtraMile Arena on the Boise State University campus with my broadcast partner, former Boise State standout and longtime Boise High School coach Kim Bridges. I am Mark Snyder. Well, Kim, on this Saturday afternoon, we take a look at the conference standings, and Boise State, winners of 6 in a row, have now moved into a very important spot in the Mountain West Conference. They are in 4th place, which, if it holds, would guarantee them a bye in the first round of the conference tournament.
That first round bye, cannot emphasize enough how important that bye is. If you want to make it all the way to the championship game, you would have to play 4 consecutive days if you're going to play that play-in game. Also in the mix, New Mexico just had a big win over UNLV, so it's really interesting to see how this is going to play out.
San Jose State, under their first-year head coach Jonas Chatterton, is still trying to find its footing, but you cannot take the Spartans and their leading scorer, Maya Anderson, lightly.
Maya Anderson does everything for the Spartans. She's scored in double figures in 14 of their 21 games this year. The sophomore from Toronto takes twice as many shots as other players on her team. She's going to be an active defender who will use her length to cause havoc for the Broncos.
This Spartan team is 20th in the country in shooting three-pointers. They put it up often. Meanwhile, Boise State coming off of an impressive win a week ago at Grand Canyon, avenging an earlier loss to the Lopes. Danny Bays led the way with 23.
Danny Bays had 23. Maya Hansen chipped in 13. You had Libby Hutton round him out with 10. You know, quiet night for Tatum Thompson, only scoring 8 points and 10 rebounds. But I think all of the Broncos really appreciated that rest day with the bye this last week.
Both teams, Boise State and San Jose State, having a bye this week, no midweek games. So they're all rested and ready, and so are we. It's the Broncos and the Spartans. We'll meet the starting lineups and tip this one off after we take this timeout from ExtraMile Arena. And welcome back inside ExtraMile Arena. Boise State getting ready to introduce their starters as they match up against the San Jose State Spartans in a game that marks the halfway points of this year's non-conference schedule. And let's meet the Broncos starters for the 22nd time this season. Coach Gordy Presnell rolls with this lineup. Seniors Tatum Thompson, Danny Bays, Maya Hansen, and Natalie Pasco, and the sophomore from down under, Libby Hutton. And one thing you can say, Kim, is consistency with this lineup.
Consistency for sure, and the Broncos have been having strong starts the last couple games. They're looking to replicate that today.
Only San Diego State has started the same 5 every game this season in the Mountain West. And Boise State rolls out the senior-laden lineup. As you see, Maya Hansen through the smoke and bright lights here at ExtraMile Arena, and Natalie Pasco for Gordy Presnell, assisted by Heather Sower, Carrie Ann Ramirez, Mike Petrino, and Jackie Robinson. Let's take a look now with the San Jose State Spartans and their head coach Jonas Charlton in his first year, associate head coach at Oklahoma before that, and spent 10 years at Oregon State, including a Final Four appearance in 2016. They line up with Allie Cummins, a junior from Moraga, California, Amira Brown, a redshirt senior from Richmond, California, Maya Anderson, who we focused on in the pregame show, redshirt sophomore from Toronto, Stella Scrow, also from Toronto, a sophomore, and Gabriela Pateau from Vigo, Spain, a 6'4" freshman. Our officials this afternoon, Kelly Broomfield, David Arden, and Rory Robinson. And we take a look at the keys to this afternoon's game, Kim, and obviously with San Jose State, they're going to shoot the ball from 3.
They are going to shoot the ball from 3. In fact, they are averaging 26.5 three-point shots per game. Their percentages don't align with that number of shots. They're only shooting 26% from those shots, but they want to get up and down the floor quickly. In fact, if they wait even until the shot clock reaches 15, that's kind of a surprise for the Spartans.
And the Spartans come out in a zone which they will be in for much of the game.
And that's kind of a tough decision sometimes against the Broncos, because obviously Boise State is shooting 39%. I know they just missed that first one there, but they're shooting 39% from the three. So for a team to come out and zone them, it's somewhat unexpected, to be totally honest.
Brown misses that triple, and Danny Bays now with the basketball. Thompson high post to the cutter, hunting for two. Nice looking play for the Broncos.
Great looking play, getting that ball into the interior, getting it to Thompson, the high post, who's such a great passer. Libby does an awesome job cutting off of the ball, and that was a nice job to pull out that bigger post player and to create an easy opportunity.
Poked away by Danny Bays. The Broncos look to run on the turnover. Hansen. Natalie Pasco missed that one, but the rebound on the offensive end by Bays, who's been rebounding the ball so well in the last 5 or 6 games.
She has, and I think she's got the rebounding bug for sure. I think she's starting to understand how much that helps your team. I mean, just you get more possessions, right? So the more that you can rebound, and I love guards who rebound. I think Danny Bays has started to do that, and her teammates have followed suit.
Scrow down low after Thompson with the bucket, and then that one goes out of bounds. Talking with the coaches earlier this week, Kim, and they really appreciated that midweek bye because fatigue was starting to be a factor. Tatum Thompson perhaps a little dragging, but she came out and hit her first shot today.
She definitely did. And, you know, the bye, I think the worst time to get a bye is right when you hit conference season. There's always somebody that has it in that first week, and you just think, gosh, I wish we could push it elsewhere. Tatum already looks a little bit stronger on her finishes, a little bit more comfortable out there. I felt like she was looking a little tired the last couple games for the Broncos.
She's got 4, and the Broncos lead 6-0. San Jose State averages just 57.4 points a game, so they struggle offensively. That triple is no good, and Libby Hutton up high for the rebound. Running the floor, Thompson, but it's poked out of bounds. Nice play defensively by Amira Brown, the transfer from Tulsa, the redshirt senior. Also played junior college ball at Laney College in Oakland. As we watch this one again, Thompson running the floor, had the opening. There's Pasco, that one rims out. Natalie now 0 for 3 from deep.
And those are just minor misses. I hope Natalie keeps shooting. You got to have that shooter's mentality. She's had good looks at the hoop for 3 possessions.
Thompson on the break, hang in the air and scores. She's got 6, and the Broncos have 8, and she'll go to the line for an and one.
Now that's our classic Tatum Thompson move right there. I always joke that sometimes those ones that look a little dramatic, a little extra athletic, look at her hang and almost have to come behind her head for the finish there. Well done, but excellent up pass by the point guard, Maya Hansen. Great look by her.
And Libby Hutton with the steal in the lane to start that whole sequence. Emily Stitterud checks in from Kirkland, Washington for San Jose State, a transfer from Loyola Marymount. And now the Broncos showing some full court press, and the coaches said they may try this to speed San Jose State up and force some turnovers as Cummins finally gets it over to Brown. Kick it out into the corner, and on the sideline is Stitterud, steps out of bounds for another turnover. Take a look at Jonas Chatterton. We talked about him first year with San Jose State, but he took Oregon State to the Final Four in 2016 with head coach Scott Ruick. The Beavers celebrating the 10-year anniversary of their Final Four club last weekend as they currently lead the West Coast Conference.
Yeah, Coach Chatterton brings a wealth of experience coaching at the Division I level. Most of that, actually all of that, would be as an assistant or associate head coach capacity. So this is his first year as a full head coach in the Division I capacity.
Tatum Thompson has 10 of the Broncos' 12 points. She's perfect from the field today after that triple. Brown misses that one, and the Broncos with the rebound. The Spartans still looking for their first bucket. Danny Bays in the lane, weaves, right hand off the window. It's now 14-0, and you talked to Kim about Boise State starting games well. Can't get much better than 14-0, less than 4 minutes in.
Absolutely, we'll take this. If we can bottle this and perhaps take it on that next game, that would be wonderful.
Hang in the air, an and one for Allie Cummins. She was fouled on the jump shot, so the first bucket for San Jose State comes nearly 4 minutes into the first quarters, you get a look at the dean of coaches in the Mountain West Conference, Gordy Presnell, 21st year at Boise State, 389 wins at Boise State, 785 overall in his illustrious 37-year career as Cummins completes the three-point play.
We have freshman Mason Borcherdine, who's coming in for the Broncos. This is our early rotation for her on the court. So excited to see her. She's best known for some of her rebounding prowess, and I also love her screening ability. So love to see Mason continue that. What a play by the freshman as soon as she comes in. Great feed to Tatum Thompson. Great finish by Tatum.
Thompson now with 12. And then a triple back the other way for the Spartans as they start to heat up a little bit. But again, they will let it fly from long range. Danny Bays does the same, hits the triple from the left wing.
That can be so deflating. You know, your team gets this nice three-point shot early in the shot clock, feeling good about it. Oh, Maya Hansen, excellent job rotating over and taking the charge. But back to what I was saying, San Jose State gets that three-point shot, and then coming down the other direction, all the wind goes out of your sails when the home team hits the same shot.
Maya Anderson called for that offensive foul, the redshirt sophomore from Crestwood Prep in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Broncos by 13 as we are nearing the halfway point of this opening quarter. Pasco, Thompson, deflected out. It comes down to Maya Hansen, and she hits a three. Why not? The Broncos now 3 of 6 from long range.
And I would like to reiterate, this is why a lot of times people do not zone the Broncos. So, you know, I think San Jose is going to have to figure something out. Either they're going to make a change defensively, or this could be a very interesting night.
Broncos up early, 22-6. As we go to break, Danny Bays, thank you very much. I'm open, I'll drain it. Boise State up early, big here at Boise. Senior Tatum Thompson from Woodinville, Washington, leading the way for the Broncos. The assist there, and now 5 of 5 from the field, and we just sit back and enjoy the mastery.
You know, having that bye game last week was just tremendous. The Broncos had that tough win at GCU, but then having Wednesday as that bye, they were able to take Monday and Tuesday off completely. Wednesday, they went ahead and had just a short amount of time to go ahead and relax and do some shoot-around stuff. Ooh, that's just...
Danny Bays, assassin from outside on the inbounds play. And the Broncos now up 25-6 here in the first quarter.
You know, Coach Chatterton, we talked about this already. You know, you got to make a change. And I know man is not what they're used to doing, but the Broncos are just assassinating them from the outside right now. So it might not be your system, but it might have to be your system today. So you might have to make that change, even if it's uncomfortable. Quick
whistle on the tied up ball between Danny Bays and Amira Brown, and San Jose State gets it on the alternating possession. Inbound to Brown. Pass is knocked free by Maya Hansen. She got hit by Maya Anderson, but no whistle. The Broncos, though, with the basketball. Bays looks down low for Thompson, baseline left. Swings it over to Pasco. Natalie, about the only Bronco who's struggled a bit today, 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. Maya Hansen, why not? She converts the 3. She's got 6, and the Broncos now 5 of 8 from long range.
Zone, that's all I gotta say.
As long as the shots keep falling.
Choices were made.
Yeah. This is Scrow. They go down low for Anderson, and it's too far for her and goes out of bounds for another Spartan turnover as Carla Fuster from Barcelona, Spain, a freshman, checks in. Watch that pass just out of the reach of Maya Anderson. And now Fuster comes in. Played a lot of 3-on-3 international basketball. Thompson, she'll spot for 3, her first miss of the game, but the rebound run down by Bays and the shot clock reset to 20. Thompson will try another one. She's missed her last 2, and that ball knocked out of bounds off San Jose State. Broncos enjoying a 14-3 run over the last 2 minutes plus, and have hit 8 of their last 10 shots.
And by the way, that was Danny Bays' 5th rebound.
And then Danny from the corner with another triple. She's got 11, so Thompson and Bays have combined for 23 of the 31 points. San Jose State trying to get their offense in gear. Again, they're struggling this season from the offensive end, as that one short for Sitterud. Rebounded by Pasco. This is Borcherding. Underneath for Thompson. Missed that one, missed the follow, but drew the foul. And Tatum Thompson to the free throw line. She is able to work almost without impunity down low today.
It was a nice pass by Borcherding, finding her down there. Again, when you get that ball in the middle of the floor against the zone, it really asks the defense to do something they're not comfortable doing. In that situation, it was the low wing on the opposite side that had to come all the way over to the ball side and try to defend Tatum. First one didn't go, but compliment to her to stick with it and to try to get that put back in the air, so that was well done on her part.
73% free throw shooter. Hits them both. And now we see Izzy Harms check in for Boise State. Natalie Pasco will sit. Broncos would like to get Pasco kind of back in gear. She's, I don't want to say struggled, but has not been shooting the ball as well recently. And this might be a good opportunity today to get her a volume of shots, as that one's knocked away by Borcherding. Unable to save it is Maya Hansen.
Yeah, one of the things, I mean, shooters got to keep shooting, right? And you have to have that next shot mentality. You know, Natalie is an excellent shooter. I mean, she's ranked nationally. She's, I think, number 9 in the nation with her shooting percentage. But one of the things you want to keep those shooters doing is keep going, because I think sometimes with Natalie, she misses the first few and then she just tries to do other things. No, you got to keep shooting. That's your job. That's your role. You got to keep going for it.
Stella Scrow, the sophomore from Toronto, hits that one. She played last year as a freshman at Pima Community College. And Tatum Thompson continues to burn the nets here at ExtraMile Arena. And an offensive foul called against the Spartans. Thompson now 16 points, and we're still in the first quarter.
That was a moving screen. Tatum was trying to get out to stop the ball here, and you can see, yeah, impeding her was a tough play right there for the San Jose team.
Boise State with the basketball as we approach 2 minutes. That pass for Borcherding not connecting and goes out of bounds. Boise State leads the all-time series with the Spartans 30-14. They've won 5 in a row, and the Spartans' last win was here in Boise, 68-63, February 28th of 2022. They actually swept Boise State that season, winning by 2 in California, as Hansen brings it up, dishes it to Thompson.
You just saw Stella Scrow go ahead and try for another 3. I mean, 80% of the shots she's taking this year are from behind the arc, so it's no surprise that when she's in the game, that's what she's looking for.
Danny Bays with another rebound, her 6th so far, and Borcherding draws contact as she goes to the bucket and will get free throws.
In that situation, Kalia Dillard just a little bit too close as Mason started to make her move. And Mason's right-handed, so she was coming back to finish against her body. That's a lot of times where you'll see post players pick up a foul. It's just an awkward thing to guard.
Kalia Dillard out of Las Vegas' Centennial High School, redshirt sophomore, as Maya Hansen will sit. And Borcherding converts the free throw. In for the first time for Boise State, Morgan Maldonado, the freshman from Anchorage.
Usually when Maldonado is in, and unfortunately no make there, but they like to do a lot of that 2-2-1 look in the full court. I love seeing Maldonado in there with Harms. Harms has those long arms that are creating problems for defenses.
Scrow with the bucket on the layup. Here's Maldonado. Thompson. Down low, Borcherding, good position, just spins out.
And that was a great jump hook by Borcherding. I think sometimes she's putting the ball down. You don't want to do that with guards dropping and sinking on you. But I thought that was a nice jump hook by her. That's a good look for an undersized post player for sure.
Down low, the shot off the mark for Maya Anderson. She is still scoreless today, and Boise State the other way with Maldonado. Borcherding. High post, Thompson spins, fires, hits.
Again, nice entry. You know, you have that cutter coming from the opposite side of the zone. It really takes a lot of communication by your forwards in order to talk that cutter and to make sure somebody's picking her up.
Thompson with 18 here in the first quarter. Broncos lead by 27. Deep three, count it for Amira Brown.
And Amira Brown is just shooting 23% from three. She's had a couple nice strokes for the Spartans today. So she's trying to get the engine going with Maya Anderson not scoring just yet. I mean, she's trying to step up for her team.
Danny Bays works the baseline, lost the ball, but drew a foul. And that'll be free throw time for Boise State as the foul whistled against Carla Fuster. Danny Bays to the free throw line, 11 points here in the opening quarter. Danny, an 83% free throw shooter. Curls that one in for her 12th point. So Thompson and Bays pretty dominant here in the first quarter as Boise State has built the 39-14 lead. That one off the mark. Rebound to Bays. She puts it up before the horn sound and left it a little short. And Boise State, lots of smiles on the Bronco bench as they take a 39-14 lead into the second quarter. Bays with 12, and the Broncos on top here in Boise. Senior Danny Bays from Australia, one of the double-headed monster on this Bronco team today, leading the first quarter.
I mean, Danny right now has 12 points already, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, 4 of 5 overall in the field goal. But what I love about her stat line is 7 rebounds. You know, Danny has gotten the taste of rebounding and gotten the taste of a double-double before, and I think she's well on her way.
Boise State starting the second quarter with Morgan Maldonado, Libby Hutton back in, Pasco, Josie Stedman in the game, and Izzy Harms, and that one out of bounds. Broncos with just their second turnover of the game. We'll check the Spartan lineup with the basketball. That's Mecca Alexander from Antioch, California. Also in the game, Maya Anderson, Amira Brown. This is Stella Scrow missing the 3, and the rebound to Pasco. Also on the floor, Allie Cummins, the transfer from NAU. Here's Maldonado. Stedman couldn't get the jump hook to drop. Hung on the rim and fell off.
Nice post up by Josie, though. I mean, her defender is playing directly behind her, so good feed by her.
And then Brown comes back and hits the jumper for San Jose State. As the Broncos shooting 58% from the field today. Hutton is coming off some good games on her own. That one poked free, and the steal. Here comes Alexander. Anderson still looking for her first points. Hutton out on her. Libby's an underrated defender.
She is. I mean, she takes up space. She's very athletic, moves well. So yeah, I think she doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but I think a lot of the stuff that she does is catalyst for something else.
The drive by Maldonado in traffic, and they are going to call a foul on San Jose State. We referenced this a little while ago. Boise State leading the all-time series 30-14. Last year on this floor, Boise State beat the Spartans 93-64. San Jose State, as I mentioned, swept both games in 2022, and that was the last time they beat Boise State. 5 in a row the Broncos have taken against the Spartans, and now
yeah, this is interesting. Yeah. Coach Chatterton is very displeased with this call. It was a late whistle. Maldonado went in there and basically got packed a little bit. 2 defenders. The whistle was not then. It was just she was coming down. So I don't know if he thought that the whistle shouldn't have happened altogether. I mean, really, something needed to happen, whether it be a jump ball or a foul called. And then, of course, now it's not even just a common foul. They called it a shooting foul. So Coach Chatterton is very displeased with the officiating on that last one.
A rare miss for Maldonado, who came in at 90% free throw shooter. Hutton has that one taken away. Now the scrum on the floor, and the Spartans will get the ball on the alternating possession as Maldonado will sit to be replaced by Kiera Thompson, another one of those Bronco freshmen from Camas, Washington. So the Broncos with 2 freshmen, a sophomore, a senior, a couple seniors on the floor. Yeah, Stedman. That one knocked free, and Pasco with the steal. Natalie ahead to Thompson. Kiera on top to Libby Hutton. And now Natalie Pasco gets the screen from Hutton, dishes it to Libby. In traffic, held ball. And this time Boise State gets a possession.
And I should mention the Spartans did switch to a man there for the start of that second quarter. I was just waiting for the right time to start talking about it. And I do think that the Spartans are playing a little bit harder, and they're playing more physically on the defensive end. So we have different personnel out there for the Broncos, so that's part of it as well.
Pasco rattles in the 3, and that gets her off the schneid.
That's what we wanted to see right there. So great opportunity by Natalie. The other looks have been good as well. When she misses, she sure doesn't miss by very much, I'll say that.
Scro misses that triple, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Pasco.
Not according to her face.
Not according, no.
She did not believe that that was hers. And Natalie is somebody that I think usually has pretty much a stale face. She doesn't really give off one emotion or the other, but she definitely had a look of surprise on that.
And the Spartan player also thought it was off San Jose State because she started to head down the other way. Bumped in the lane, and a foul as Anderson will go to the line. A lot of contact down low.
Interesting call by the opposite official on that one. But
watch this one again. Splits the double team and then runs right into Josie Stedman, who's whistled for the blocking foul.
Yeah, that one could have been a little bit of 50-50 for me. I think Josie was there. I think that Maya Anderson definitely bounced off of her. But regardless, Maya is now getting a little bit of traction and getting a point in the scoring column.
Leading scorer for the Spartans this season at 13 points a game, converts them both. Played 21 games, started them all last year for this San Jose State team, which is under a first-year head coach and trying to get things into gear. It's been a rough start for Coach Chatterton. Now we have a whistle and an offensive foul on the Broncos. They're going to get Stedman with the
I think that's
foul.
On Harms there. I think they called it push off on
Harms. Oh, is he Harms? Okay, I saw it looked like 25 was the number that our official flashed, but we'll have to look at his Harms. My correction. This is Cummins with the dribble up top, guarded there by Pasco. Outside to Mecca Alexander. Deep 3 left side, skips off the iron, and Pasco couldn't react quickly enough to it and just boxed it out of bounds as Amira Brown checks back in for Mecca Alexander. Out of Richmond, California, again transfer from Tulsa. Started 35 games for the Golden Hurricane. Cummins cut off. A lot of contact, nothing called, and Pasco with the rebound. Here comes Kiera Thompson. Stedman wanted to shoot but pulled it down.
That was a wise decision there. I mean, Josie's really good from outside, but that was the right choice.
Harms with the miss on the layup, and a blocking foul called on Kiera Thompson as Maya Anderson driving down the lane.
And that one definitely blocking foul. Kiera was trying to slow down the ball handler, and again, Maya Hansen's good one. She had to continue retreating because nobody else was back for her team just yet. Still, I would like to see Maya have to earn that foul a little bit more than she did.
Maya Anderson at the line. Misses the first. Anderson 57th in the country in 3-point attempts. She shot 290 3-pointers this season.
We talked about her shooting volume, from percentage land. I mean, 34% from the field, 23% from three. So I know that she's the person that the Spartans want to pull the trigger most frequently. But, percentage-wise, just not super high percentage from the volume.
Underneath, Natalie Pasco with the layup off the window.
That's a great read by Natalie. She saw her defender try to jump up on that screen to sort of ice that screen, and chose a downhill drive.
Broncos up 26 as that one is stolen away by Pasco on the attempted save. Underneath, and that's Libby Hutton with the left hand.
Great job by Kira Thompson finding a cutting Libby Hutton down the lane. And exceptional job by Libby just maintaining body control and floating in. She does a really nice job really getting patient and calm before she finishes.
Harms misses that one, but Stedman with the rebound. Hutton was not set for that
not
shot.
Not set on that one, though.
No.
I take back what I said.
That was falling back, and it didn't have enough mustard on it.
I don't know if she was worried. I mean, we had a shot clock reset, so I'm not sure. That's a trouble. That was definitely
That was
a trouble.
not called. Spartans with 11 turnovers. They averaged almost 19 a game as Kira Thompson's three bounces off.
Nice job by Izzy getting after the ball there.
Nice sportsmanship by Stella Scrow to help Izzy Harms up off the deck as Thompson set to check back in with wholesale substitutions for Boise State. That one missed by Anderson, but the offensive rebound by Scrow misses the turnaround, and Harms gets it ahead to Kira Thompson. Boise State's offense a little disjointed right now with this group on the floor. Down low for Stedman, and she has it blocked away and stolen. Amira Brown.
I think both sides looking very fatigued. There's a lot of subs at the table right now. And just a timeout by Gordy Presnell.
Gordy Presnell says enough of this. Let's get the subs in. Boise State with the 47-21 lead as Pasco hits the triple for the Broncos. We talked about San Jose State and their offensive woes this season, averaging just 57.4 points a game. But when you lose your top five scorers, Kim, that certainly takes a bite out of your offense.
It definitely does. And, looking forward for the Broncos, they start 4 seniors in their starting lineup. So that's a big crunch of their scoring capabilities. So that's they're going to understand a little bit what San Jose State is doing this year when they have to replicate that for next year.
Maya Hansen, Tatum Thompson, Emily Howard, and Danny Bays back on the floor for Boise State. Howard's first appearance of the game. And the Vancouver native misses that left-handed short hook. And back comes Allie Cummings for San Jose State. Spartans, 7 points this quarter and a whistle out top and a foul on
Howard.
Boise State's Emily Howard. Emily, redshirt junior, started her college career at Liberty, as you see Amira Brown, the back end of that one. And now Fuster inbound, stolen by Danny Bays. Bays to the cutting Pasco under the basket, missed it, gets her own rebound. The ball then thrown off of Pasco out of bounds. Alert play by Amelie Sitterud. Interesting, Amelie, her mother played basketball at the University of Oregon, and dad played baseball at Oregon State. So an interesting time when those two rivals match up, and who they root for at home. We saw that one again, Kim, with a little look like maybe not. Outside the triple, missed.
Well, I think the crowd was upset. I've thrown the ball off of the other team many times, but that particular time it was thrown directly off of her head. So
yeah.
I think that's why you heard a sort of a sigh in the gym here.
Thompson twisting in the lane, has that one kick off the rim. She's now 7 of 11 from the field, but she sat for almost 4.5 minutes of this quarter, so wonder if she's cooled down a little bit. As Fuster, and we have a whistle And let's see who
they're going to get Pasco with the grab there.
Natalie Pasco.
Are they saying? Yeah. Yes. Pasco with the grab.
15 foul, so a role reversal now, and the Spartans are in the bonus. As we watch that one again from up high. Gordy Presnell working the refs, although he can't be too upset with a 26-point lead nearing halftime. Broncos, though, just 8 points this quarter, as their blistering first quarter put them in the lead. They've hit just 2 of their last 10 and missed their last 7 field goals.
It is tough. I know that Coach Presnell is trying to rotate some different players in. He's also trying to be smart. He's got a lot of games ahead of them, so you don't want to burn out some of those kids that really have had to play 30-plus minutes a game. So if we can rest a little bit of those starters, then that would be fantastic and get some of those younger players involved. But as a player, when you sit for long periods of time, there is a cool-down period, and so it's hard to get back into the flow of the game, too. So all those factors are probably what contributes to just 8 points for this quarter.
Danny Bays misses the jumper, but picks up the loose ball on the rebound, and if they credit her with a rebound, that is her 9th of the season, 5 of those offensive, as Siderud picks up her 3rd personal foul, and Natalie Pasco sinks the jumper from the right wing.
Yeah, I think you meant 9th of the game. I mean,
yes.
She's close to the double-double already,
right.
So I'm sure she's aware of that statistic. In fact, the coaches have told me that sometimes when she comes off of the floor, she says, how many rebounds do I have? You know, you love hearing a shooter say that.
Friendly roll for Carla Fuster with the triple. She shoots 25% from long range, and that one got the members roll.
And Fuster can get hot. She loves looking for the 3 ball. They definitely need to put pressure on her and make her put the ball down on the ground.
Howard battling for the ball on the baseline. It's stolen away, and here come the Spartans. 1-on-2. Cummins wisely gives it to the trailer. Fuster deep hits a back-to-back threes.
As I mentioned, I don't know, I feel a little prophetic today. But as I mentioned, yeah, definitely wants to shoot the ball right away. And that's a transition 3 that's really hard to defend.
Tatum Thompson gets inside. She's now got 20. Her season best is 26 against UC Davis earlier this season, in a game where the Broncos scored 91 points, and they're certainly on their way, if this pace continues today, to eclipse that. With 1:13 to go in the half, they've already hit 51. The drive by Cummins, stolen away by Maya Hansen, and here comes Boise State. Hansen, Bays for 3, counted.
Danny Bays getting it done. I love seeing this rotation that the Broncos have right now. They're trying to get Emily Howard rotating and more frequently, and got 4 seniors out there on the floor mixed in with Howard. I think this is a great opportunity to get her some really valuable minutes against the players that are most commonly on the game floor at the beginning of the game.
Broncos today, 17 assists on 20 baskets. That's an unheard of number, but kind of par for the course. They've already surpassed their season average.
They have, and Maya Hansen is a big reason why they have the high standing with their assists right now. She's actually 7th all-time in program history. She's chasing the great Tasha Harris, who was just inducted into the Boise State Hall of Fame just last year.
Scrow working through traffic, hits the side of the backboard with that shot. Boise State looking to run. Pasco, Cummins fouls her on the way to the hoop. Natalie Pasco aggressively running the floor. And
I didn't hear that whistle, so I was really glad to see the official's hand go up, because I was holding my tongue a little bit. Really tough finish attempt there, and Cummins, I mean, credit to her for sprinting back and trying to get a stop, but definitely got some body too.
Natalie Pasco, senior from San Ramon Valley High School in Danville, California. Mountain West Conference preseason all-conference selection. 74% shooter from the line. Had a good game against Air Force with 24 points earlier this season.
You know, Natalie is currently third in program history with career three-pointers, 246 in her career. So she gets it done in many different ways, but I think she's best known as a three-point shooter for the Broncos.
One of the quickest releases you'll see on a catch and release. This is Cummins trying to beat the buzzer, and they do with Scro hitting the triple, and that'll take us to the intermission with Boise State comfortably leading the Spartans of San Jose State by a score of 56-31 as the teams each score 17 points in that second quarter. And you see the two scoring leaders for the Broncos, Thompson and Bays, leading them down the tunnel to the locker room as Boise State has opened up a big lead here this afternoon against San Jose State, looking for their 7th win in a row. We're at the half. The Broncos on top. We will take this time out and have halftime activities and more when we come back to Extra Mile Arena here in Boise. We are back at Extra Mile Arena with Kim Bridges. I am Mark Snyder, and Boise State leading San Jose State at the half, 56-31. And Kim, when you take a look at the way this first half started, Boise State came out firing in that first quarter, 39 points, and they lit it up from three-point range as Boise State is now 8 of 16 from beyond the arc.
Just some efficient three-point shooting. I think in the first quarter, that zone was just a really great opportunity for the Broncos to catch fire early. And then San Jose State switched into a man for the second quarter and definitely rotated some more players on the floor, which has changed a little bit of the flow and the pace of the game. But still, the Broncos, 50% from three, you take that any day.
Danny Bays, 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. Maya Hansen, 2 of 3. Tatum Thompson, 1 of 3. Natalie Pasco, 1 of 4 from beyond the three-point line. And there's another Danny Bays triple, as Boise State has certainly done well from outside this afternoon, as you said, against this zone that is vulnerable to the long-range shot. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've talked about the struggles of San Jose State's offense. They turned it over 13 times in that first half, leading to, get this, 27 Bronco points. That's efficiency.
27 points off a turnover. Sometimes you're used to seeing that maybe at the end of the game, especially if it's a pressing situation. But yeah, that's something that San Jose State and Coach Chatterton are definitely going to want to talk about in the locker room at halftime.
Boise State with 7 steals on the game, and another number that jumps out to me, and we'll talk about this more when we look at the stats, the Broncos 17 assists on 20 field goals. That's almost unheard of.
That's awesome. That's just a team that shares the ball and loves each other. And so when you see the numbers like that, that's going to bring a smile to Coach Pesnell's face.
Let's check out the rest of the Mountain West activity today. A couple finals already. Grand Canyon beats Wyoming by 10 down in Phoenix, 57-47. New Mexico over Utah State, 58-33. Unofficial final, UNLV wins again, beating Colorado State 64-51. Halftime score, the only other game going on along with ours, sees San Diego State leaders in the conference with just a 3-point lead against the Nevada Wolfpack, 30-27. And a little later this afternoon in Fresno, California, the Bulldogs take on the Air Force Falcons. And that rounds out the look at Mountain West play on this last Saturday of January as the season hits the halfway point. Here the Broncos are up 25. We will take a timeout and be back with more from Extra Mile Arena in Boise after we take this timeout. Boise State up 25 at the break against San Jose State here at Extra Mile Arena. Hey folks, you do not want to miss your inside look at what's going on with all the programs at Boise State. As join the voice of the Broncos on radio, Bob Beeler, for the Coaches Show. It features Gordy Presnell, Leon Rice, my friend Bob Beeler, of course, the radio voice and the host every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. on 670 KBOI. Interviews with coaches and athletes from each program, recaps of games, insight from coaches and student athletes. Your definitive look at Boise State basketball, the weekly Coaches Show, catch it on AM 670 KBOI, 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Now we take a look now at the stats of the first half, and we've talked a little bit about that, Kim, when we looked at the Broncos shooting percentage, shooting 50% from the field and three-point range, out-rebounding San Jose State, the turnovers, the assists. I guess the numbers sort of back up the 25-point difference.
They do. The thing that I think leaps off the page for me when I'm looking at the individual stats is Maya Anderson, who we talked about in the pregame. Right now she's just having 3 points. She's 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, and just making her money at the free throw line. We got Amira Brown, who stepped up and hit 2 threes for the Spartans. And then we saw some hot shooting by Stella Scrow there. We talked about early releases and quick releases by Natalie Pasco. I think that would be an interesting shootout if you had Pasco and Scrow. How many can they get off in a minute's time? Because, boy, she has a quick release as well. She's 2 of 5 from 3. So between Brown and Scrow, the Spartans have 8 points each out of those two. But other than that, the scoring looks a little bit low.
Fuster also with 8 points. She's 2 of 2 from beyond the arc and 3 of 3 from the field. So those have been the offensive bulwarkers for the Spartans. And on the other side, Boise State, Thompson with 20, 18 of those in the first quarter. Danny Bays with 15. Natalie Pasco with 9. And then on the rebounding side, your leading rebounder, your guard, Danny Bays with 9 rebounds. And then nobody else with more than 4. Libby Hutton with 4 rebounds for Boise State to go along with 4 points. Boise State dominant in that first half, although the second quarter was tied at 17, but the Broncos enjoying a 25-point lead at the intermission. We have second half action and more coming your way from ExtraMile Arena after we take this timeout. State up 25 here at intermission with Kim Bridges. I am Mark Snyder. 56-31 is your score here at ExtraMile Arena. It's Boise State looking for their 7th win in a row. You may have seen the players wearing these Bronco Bold t-shirts as Boise State Athletics student-led mental health initiative, providing mental health programming for student athletes, coaches, and staff, aiming to reduce stigma, raise awareness, and cultivate resiliency. And as a coach yourself, Kim, I think people underestimate the mental part of the game.
Exactly, and that's so important. And one thing about Bronco Bold, it's so neat, they've gone out to the area high schools as well. So at Boise High School, we have a Boise Bold, and that's all due to what Boise State has been doing.
Next up, the Broncos hit the road. They travel to take on the Wolfpack down in Reno. As you see the stat comparison, again, numbers are one thing. You play it on the court with humans, but Boise State certainly an opportunity to at least maintain, if not enhance, their position in the conference standings.
They are, and I think their schedule works really well in their favor. Having a tough loss against Grand Canyon, but since then they've been really clicking, and they've been playing maybe a little bit softer part of the schedule aside from that Colorado State game. So I think that the Broncos are in a great position right now to continue to gain momentum leading up to that conference tournament.
Their next home game, February 7th, the 1 o'clock tip against the New Mexico Lobos. You take a look at what the Spartans have upcoming after today. They have a couple home games hosting Fresno State and San Diego State before their trip to Albuquerque. We're set to go here, second half. San Jose State with the basketball. This is Allie Cummins. Gets the screen up top by Pateau. Gives it to Anderson, who's been held off the field goal sheet today. Cummins outside. Sets the screen from Pateau. Hansen goes around the screen. They get it out to Scrow. Shot clock at 6, and the ball's taken away by the Broncos. Good defense by Maya Hansen.
Great defense by Maya Hansen. I'm not sure I love the whole save it in your own end type of situation. Unfortunately, San Jose State did not see her do that, but that could have been an easy 2 points for the Spartans.
Thompson tied up on the drive to the basket, and they're going to call a held ball and alternating possession to Boise State. It's Pasco, Thompson, Hutton, Hansen and Bays, the original starters, as Tatum Thompson has that one dance off the iron.
That's a roll that usually falls for Tatum, but that's okay. She's been doing pretty well today.
Outside right is Scrow out of Toronto, the sophomore. The drive and the first bucket of the game for Maya Anderson. She goes up strong with the left hand.
Again, Maya Anderson loves with that left hand finish. That's her favorite hand to go back to. And that's a tough guard for Danny Bays. I mean, Maya stands at 6'1". Danny, not that tall. I think she's listed at 5'11".
Natalie Pasco now in double figures.
You like to see her get that hit right off of the beginning of the third quarter. That hopefully will create momentum for her moving forward.
She's got 12. The Broncos now 9 of 17 rather, 53% from beyond the arc. As San Jose State drives the scoop and score by Brown, Amira Brown, the redshirt senior with a right hand.
That was a beautiful finish by Amira Brown. You really like to see a guard reach out like that and extend. That way there's no way that defense can get a hand on it.
Danny Bays stays hot. She's now 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. Correction, 5 of 5 from beyond the arc with 18 points. Saw the wrong line on the screen. Brown and a whistle call, a foul? Or did she call a timeout? The official put her right hand up and they did call a foul on Boise State. Hutton's second. Let's see this one. No whistle, and now a whistle. That's an interesting call on the baseline. Libby gets her second.
It's an interesting word to describe it.
And the triple by Amira Brown.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the official was seeing there. I mean, she did have a slight collision with Hutton, but it was a good, 2 seconds after the contact. And then this perhaps would be a little bit of a makeup call.
Did that really happen? A makeup call? Do they do that?
Happens so frequently.
Watch it again. I'm not sure what the foul was down low. I think Pasco is being held. The foul whistled against Cummins, her second. Here's Bays outside the arc. Drives, runs into traffic, gets it back, kicks it out to Hansen. Back to Danny. Bays muscles it up, has it blocked and taken away as Pateau with the block. Spartans had 9 block shots, and they're in the top 100 in the country, averaging nearly 4 blocks a game as Thompson brings the ball down for Boise State. Hansen takes some steps in the lane, getting a little ragged out there. We talked about that defense as San Jose State blocked 9 shots at Pepperdine, the most by any team in the Mountain West this season. They have 5 so far today.
I mean, obviously you have a lot of length in Pateau. She's 6'4", and so Danny trying to shoot over 6'4", not a great post-up opportunity for her. So that might have been an easier block than some of the other ones that they've had.
Pasco outside. They left her open just inside the arc, and Natalie Pasco's got 14.
Nice shot by Natalie. You want her to come back just about 6 inches and get an extra point for her efforts.
Shot that one in a really good rhythm, and a timeout taken by Jonas Chatterton at San Jose State, and we will break as well as we go to the timeout. Danny Bays 5 for 5 beyond the arc. She's got 18. The Broncos up big. Natalie Pasco is finding the rhythm today. 2 of 2 from the field this half for 5 points. She's got 14 on 5 of 9 shooting, and Kim, when Natalie Pasco is right, the Broncos are right.
It's exactly right. And honestly, the last couple games have not been super high scoring outputs for Natalie, so her teammates have had to step up. It's nice to see her find the bottom of the rim with her shots, and the bottom of the net, I should say.
Kick ball out top by Hansen, and so San Jose State gets the shot clock reset to 20. Maya Anderson will inbound for the Spartans. Gets the return pass and gives it to Cummins. Alley out of Moraga, up home of St. Mary's College. And there's thievery by Maya Hansen. Just took it away ahead to Tatum Thompson. Tatum hang in the air and scores. She's got 22.
Tatum had that little special sauce, the hang in the air. I think both of us are trying to mimic the movement right now, but very, very nice finish. And again, another assist by Maya Hansen to her.
Hansen now with 8 assists on the game. Quick pass out to Brown. Her triple is in and out. And the rebound to Hutton. That is the 5th rebound for Libby tonight, or today rather. Danny Bays finds Thompson through the traffic for the easy 2.
Nice cut by Tatum. I mean, that's when you know that your teammates have been playing together for a long time. You know, that's nothing called, that's nothing drawn up. That's just a simple read and recognition by a teammate.
Pateau gives it to Brown into the corner for Pateau. And Scrow with the shot quickly, and the rebound to Boise State's Natalie Pasco. Here's Bays looking down low for Thompson. Tries to gun the pass across. That time got a little greedy and it was knocked away. Anderson misses an easy jumper, and Thompson with the rebound. Boise State 12-0 this season when they out-rebound their opponents, and they're out-rebounding them by 11 today.
Tatum Thompson with that last bucket brings her to 24 on the day. Her season high is 26, so it'd be nice to see how that finishes out. Actually, that was a career high.
Against UC Davis.
Against UC Davis. Career high is 26.
Cummins wrestles that ball away and brings it up the court. Amira Brown stops, double teamed. Good defense by the Broncos, forcing the pass out for the 3 ball, which is going to be good for Anderson, and a foul on the Broncos.
Wow.
Away from the play, a foul spotted. They're going to go to replay, I think, to see if it's cleared out. But there you see the triple, and we'll sort things out and come back after this. Let's look at this again. Watch down low.
Danny Bays kind of runs through Amira Brown's screen.
And the question is, was the shooter Anderson in the shooting motion when the foul was called? If so, they're going to count the basket and it'll be a free throw?
No,
it won't be, but it'll be possession.
It would just be San Jose State
possession.
ball. Yeah.
If the foul was deemed to have occurred before the shot, then obviously it's just out of bounds. Boise State second in the conference in scoring. They say scored 75 or more points in 10 games this season, and they are getting dangerously close to that with 4:17 left here in the third.
Yeah, that's kind of a crazy thought to think that they've almost eclipsed the 70-point mark and we still have a quarter to go. I mean, you know, look, Boise State is ranked number 2 in the Mountain West in field goal percentage. So when they are getting as many shots off as they are, and of course they're shooting very well. Right now they're 51% from the field, 55.6% from 3. That's when you're going to see some serious points land on the scoreboard. Our
officiating crew, Kelly Broomfield, David Arden, and Rory Robinson, now in discussion. You saw there a moment ago. We're still awaiting word as to whether that 3-pointer by Maya Anderson counts or not, and whether the Spartans will get the ball with an extra possession, or if it's not. And now we will get, no, we thought we were going to get a clarification on the ruling, as the delay very lengthy here as they sort this one out. And now we will get the word from one of the officials.
After review, the off-ball foul occurred after the motion, so the basket's good, and the foul is simply black ball underneath the basket.
Okay.
So upon review, they did rule that the foul on Boise State on Danny Bays was indeed during the shot. So the 3-pointer is good for Maya Anderson, giving her 8 points on the game, and San Jose State will get the ball out of bounds. Danny Bays whistled for the personal foul. That is her first.
And if San Jose can convert on this, this could be a 5-point or even 6-point play.
And a blocking foul on Bays, so that's back-to-back fouls on Danny this trip down the floor.
We saw Danny jump. I think she knew that the offensive player was going to attack. I mean,
she sure looked set to me, but
she did. I think her hands might have been low in that situation. If she had her hands up, it might have been a different story.
here's Cummins, the transfer from Northern Arizona, the junior. Gives it up top to Fuster. Outside, Brown rattles it home, and it is a 6-point trip.
Play. Yeah.
And just like that, it is a 24-point lead with 4 minutes to go here in the quarter. As the Broncos hitting a bit of a lull. Bays out to Thompson. Tatum to Pasco. Natalie drives, lays it in off the window.
Broncos needed that one. I think that long review just kind of took the air out of the gym a little bit, and all the fans, I mean, everybody's looking for more popcorn, ready for some more action.
Another turnover on the Spartans. Hutton steps through, doesn't get the bounce. Thompson for the three-point opportunity. Tatum now with 26, matching her season and career bests.
And you love to see Tatum have a response game like this. I mentioned in the pregame that she only had 8 points. You know, I mean, still contributed in their Grand Canyon win, but for her to slap 26 points on the scoreboard, again, we're still in the third quarter. That's very impressive for the senior.
Misses the three-point opportunity, which would have given her a new career high.
That's your jinx right there, Mark. That's
yes,
on you.
Yes, it was. Okay, guilty as charged. Down low, it's Anderson. Wild shot under good pressure by Hutton. The long pass to Pasco. She got pushed underneath by Cummins. No whistle. Somehow the officials missed that call.
That's a dangerous play. I mean, you always want to see the official make the right call there. Maybe the lower official couldn't see it because it was from behind, but you know, when you push somebody from the back in that situation, that's real dangerous.
Anderson, and they're going to get a reach foul on Boise State as the officiating, actually they're going to call Tatum Thompson with the foul down low.
Oh, I thought that was the dig on Natalie, but it does look like it's on Tatum.
Watch this one again. Now she did hook the arm, so a good call there as Thompson picks up the foul. Hanson will sit for Boise State. And into the game is Jada Lewis.
Jada Lewis is coming off career high 8 points at Grand Canyon. Just had a terrific effort for the Broncos. You love to see the freshman come in there and make an immediate impact. Made some points at the free throw line. Also had a couple nice shots as well.
Danny Bays whistled for her third personal foul. To watch this one again, she was battling Amira Brown down low and got the foul called. That's 3 fouls in rapid succession this quarter for Danny, and so she will take a seat to be replaced by Morgan Maldonado as Amira Brown back home in the Bay Area. She's from Richmond and she hits the first. Brown with 16, and her season best is 22 against Colorado State, so she's building up a very nice game. And now Maldonado into the forward court. Excuse me, Jada Lewis with the ball in the forward court. Finds Izzy Harms outside. Izzy launches a three and swishes it.
Izzy, man, no fear. I love it. I mean, she was shooting 50% from three coming into this game. She was 7 of 14, so now we'll make that 8 of 15 for her this season.
Triple on the left side, off the mark for Fuster, and the rebound saved by Pasco. Here comes Jada Lewis. Kicks it over, tried to hit Hutton, but it went through Libby's hands and out of bounds. Just the 9th turnover against Boise State on the day. San Jose State's turned it over 16 times. They have done a better job here in the second half of keeping the basketball.
They have. Again, I'm sure that was a point of contention for the San Jose State staff when they went in at halftime. 27 points off of turnovers is not something that you want to see on the stat sheet at any time.
Tatum Thompson with her 6th rebound sets the offense on the near side. Pasco spins it out to Thompson. Low post to Hutton. Spins, fires too strong off the heel, but gets her own rebound. And a reset of the 20 seconds. Harms, spots, fires. That one's off the mark. And then a foul on the rebound called against the Broncos. And that will be a shooting foul.
I think Jada Lewis might have gotten called for that one. She was trying to vie for a rebounding position. Yeah, just a little two-handed push there on Fuster.
An 89% free throw shooter. Was MVP of the Open de Francais 3-on-3 tournament. Freshman from Barcelona. Converts the first. Both of her parents are veterinarians, and her major is biological sciences, so that's way too much brain power for me.
I mean, smarty pants.
Yeah.
Love coaching the smarty pants kids.
She hits a pair. It's 75-48 with 1:20 to go, third quarter. Lewis to Thompson. Tatum dishes it over to Izzy Harms, the freshman from Eugene, to Hutton. Libby gets it out to Pasco, closely guarded by Fuster. Back to Hutton. Muscles it in against Anderson and scores on the reverse.
That's a nice shot by Libby. I mean, she took some contact and they went ahead and, you know, on both of the bounces, some contact there, but stayed with it.
Nice play to Anderson for the bucket. She's now got 10.
And Anderson, I think, is starting to get her groove a little bit. That was a sweet cut by her coming from the high post, dropping in. Good job by her teammate finding her on that cut.
Thompson on the two-man game. Kicks it out to Harms. Izzy fires, left it short. Rebound punched out by Hutton. Pasco fires away off the iron. And the rebound controlled by San Jose State's Maya Anderson as we're under 20 seconds here in the third quarter.
I think from Coach Presnell's face, he would have liked the Broncos to maybe settle down a little bit on that one. When they punched the ball back out, I want to say there was about 25, 26 seconds left on the clock. And so it'd be nice to have that last possession.
Hutton may have gotten a piece of that three-point attempt by Scro. The ball to Pasco. Can Natalie get it up? She does. It's off the iron. Would have counted had it gone. And Boise State has the 27-point lead as we hit the end of the third quarter. Thompson, Pasco, and Bays leading the way for the Broncos. Izzy Harms checks in as well. Rebounding a big key in today's game as Boise State has out-rebounded San Jose State 36-21, including 13-3 on the offensive glass. And that sets up a lot of second chance points in the Broncos. 13-2 on second chance points, and coaches love rebounds, don't they, Kim?
We do. we definitely love rebounding, and especially defensive rebounding. To be totally honest, offensive rebounding I think gets some of the glamour, but when you have great defensive rebounding, you are limiting that other team to just one shot. And if you can do that on a regular basis, that proves very beneficial for your squad in terms of wins and losses.
17th turnover against San Jose State, and now Mason Borcherding in the game gets fouled down low. So it's Harms, Pasco, Thompson, Borcherding, and Lewis, the five on the floor for Boise State.
3 freshmen on the floor right now for the Broncos, and then you sprinkle in Tatum Thompson and Natalie Pasco. These are great minutes to offer your freshmen.
Pasco outside, down to 10 on the shot clock. Natalie dishes it to Borcherding, and she is fouled and will go to the free throw line. The freshman from Parker, Colorado. The 5 on the floor for San Jose State. It's Scro, Anderson, Cummins, Brown, and Fuster. As we have not seen much of Gabriela Pateau today, the freshman from Spain played just 12 minutes so far today. As Borcherding hits the first and rolls the second one in, and now Pasco will sit and Kira Thompson checks back in. 4 minutes in that first half.
And if you're keeping track of freshmen on the floor, we now have four freshmen on the floor. Tatum Thompson being the veteran who's staying out there with them. Again, really valuable playing minutes for these freshmen.
Underneath, Anderson defended well, and the Broncos get the basketball. Lewis to Thompson, down to Thompson. Tatum, and there's a career high 28 for Tatum Thompson. 12 of 17 from the field, 28 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, all in today's work. And now underneath, Fuster is fouled.
And a good job by the Spartans to go ahead and attack right away. I mean, we said this in the pregame that they do not want to use the full clock on their possessions. I mean, Broncos were a little bit slow getting back after the nice finish by Thompson, and Fuster read that and attacked the rim right away.
Tatum Thompson sits. Stedman in for her. And as I said, we hadn't seen much of Gabriella Pateau. She checks in. And Fuster at the free throw line converts the first, 89% free throw shooter for Carla. And those are the first 2 points of the quarter for the Spartans. And now Mecca Alexander will check in. And Allie Cummins will sit. Cummins 4 points today. She averages nearly 9 a game. Lewis, Stedman. Harms on the back cut. Instead, the pass goes to Lewis. May have been called for the double dribble there. Gets it out to Harms. Izzy in the lane. Bounce pass. Reverse for Kiera Thompson. High off the window. Doesn't get it. And Pateau with the rebound. And then it's knocked out of bounds by Boise State. So you're really, with the exception of Josie Stedman, a redshirt senior, you're seeing a lot of next year's Boise State team right now.
You are, and this is exciting and scary at the same time.
Outside, Brown, she launches the triple, too strong.
You know, I know Brown misses that shot, but she's been a real bright spot for the Spartans today. Brown right now has 18 of their 52, so I know that Coach Chatterton will be at least excited about that.
Good decision by Izzy Harms. She had the 18-footer. She says, no, I want to step in and take a 14-footer, and that one swishes through, and she's got 5 points today. Alexander goes down low to Pateau. This is Brown. Swings it over to Scrow. Guarded there by Borcherding. Forces her to give it up. This is Fuster. She'll launch the three. That's too strong, and the rebound run down by Thompson. Kiera will bring it across the timeline. The freshman from Camas, Washington, led the Papermakers to the 4A state title. Love that nickname.
I love that you found a way to put that in, because I've been waiting for multiple games to talk about the Papermakers.
On the drive, the foul is Brown attacks the basket. And my other favorite is Tillamook in Oregon, the Tillamook Cheesemakers. Because, of course, Tillamook cheese, they're world famous for their cheese, and so the Mooks, they call them.
The Mooks?
Yes. Brown to the free throw line is Boise State comfortably on top with 7:14 to go in this contest. And Amira hits the first. It's a conference MVP and all-state performer at Laney College, where she averaged 21 points and 10 rebounds a game, so she's got some skills. And interestingly, a name from the past for Boise State, last year Amira Brown tied Abby Muse of Boise State with 98 rebounds in the Mountain West last year. Outside, Borcherding thought about it, gives it up to the freshman from Eugene, Izzy Harms. Bounces it over to Borcherding. She's open left baseline, rattles that one home. Nice two-man game.
Love seeing the little two-man game between freshman and freshman. That's pretty nice.
Mason out of Parker, Colorado. Underneath, then a foul called against Josie Stedman.
Josie tried to keep that hand up, but I think the other hand might have been down low. It's an easy call for the official.
Now the third team foul on Boise State, and to the free throw line, Gabriella Pateau. Played for Celta Baloncesto's U18 and U16 teams. Averaged 9.6 rebounds in 20 games.
We were talking about Fuster with her academic prowess, and should mention that Pateau is majoring in biomedical engineering. So I think Coach Chatterton has gone out and found him a few different foreign students who are definitely very, very smart in the classroom.
Getting it done on the court and in the classroom. Nice head fake by Harms, but she can't finish. And Pateau with the rebound. Sometimes you wonder as a coach, are your players too smart?
Sometimes.
Is that possible?
You know, my high school is known for its academics. A lot of my students would have above a 4.0, and the benefit is definitely that you have a much bigger playbook than other years. But sometimes you have players that would overthink things, and so working through some of those advantages and disadvantages was always a challenge.
Morgan Maldonado checks back in for Boise State. As we approach 6 minutes in this one. Thompson, nice move on the baseline. Can't get it to finish though. Gets her own rebound, looks for help, and steps on the baseline out of bounds. She got hemmed in by two much taller Spartan players and really nowhere to go, but I love that move, the head fake to get free to the basket.
Yeah, she made a smart decision there. Almost looked like she was going to spin back, and her defense jumped. That's real effective if you can get that finish.
Broncos 12 of 26 this half for 46%. They go down low to Pateau, draws the triple team. Outside, Fuster wide open, missed the three, and Maldonado with the rebound.
I like the dig by Kiera Thompson, but maybe not if I'm guarding Fuster, who at this point is 2 of 4 from 3.
Outside for Josie Stedman. She's on the board with her triple.
You hear a big scream by the crowd, and I love seeing some of the starters on the bench that were doing some silly things, really getting fired up for their teammate Josie Stedman finding that finish.
Broncos 3 points away from matching their season best scoring output. That one poked out of bounds by Fuster, and now Howard will check in for the Broncos. And Borcherding will sit. Broncos would like to get Emily Howard kind of back into the groove of things. She's slow to kind of start the season after the transfer from Liberty. She's got the size at 6'5". You know, she was injured last year and certainly could be a valuable addition to this Boise State lineup throughout the rest of the season.
She definitely can, and I know the Broncos are trying to find the right fit and the right flow for her. When you come back off of an injury, that's a tough thing. It's tough physically, it's tough mentally, and Emily's had to face some of that adversity. So it's nice to see her get some minutes here, some valuable minutes here. Hopefully we can get her back in the flow.
And there she is as we talk about her. Howard on the board. Broncos 90-58 outside. The three is strong. Howard not in position for the rebound, wasn't looking, and it bounced out. This is Sitterud down low to Dillard, and she rattles it home. Kalia Dillard out of Las Vegas.
I think Stedman was lucky she didn't get called for a foul on that one. Again, when you have your hands down, that might have been a three-point play opportunity for Dillard.
Howard errant pass intended for Maldonado, and that brings us to a timeout on the floor as we go to break. Josie Stedman from the top hits the triple. Broncos up big inside 4 minutes. Amira Brown having a good game for San Jose State. 20 points this afternoon, 2 off her season best of 22. She was a bright spot today for the Spartans.
Brown's getting it done all over the place, and she's really stepping up when her teammate Maya Anderson hasn't quite finished as well as she wanted to in this game. So you love to see a player like this stepping up for them, and hopefully San Jose can get a couple other players doing the same as they head into their game next week.
Fuster outside, guarded by Kiera Thompson. Down low for Pateau, and she is fouled by Stedman, who put both hands up in the sky and said, look, ref, I was straight up, but the whistle nonetheless. That is the 4th team foul on the Broncos. That is 3 now on Josie. And Pateau
it looked
to the
like
line.
Pateau almost got away with a travel, a little bit of a shuffling of the feet as she collected the basketball. But yeah, Josie was definitely pleading the 5th on that.
Pateau Again, out of Vigo, Spain. Blocked 4 shots against St. Mary's earlier this season. Misses that one. She has 3 blocks here this afternoon. As Jada Lewis, hesitation dribble on the baseline, out to Thompson, head fake. Down to 11 on the shot clock. Lewis, too tall for Maldonado, and it sails out of bounds for the turnover. Boise State now this half with 7 turnovers.
And you like the idea, just a little bit too aggressive on the pass by Lewis, trying to make something happen.
Stedman sits. Harms back in for Boise State. Thompson double teamed quickly. They kick it over to Fuster. It steps inside the line and misses the 3. And Kiera Thompson with another rebound. That is her 3rd of the game. Looks down low for Howard, but swings it around to Harms. Here's Maldonado. She lines up the triple. Too strong. Rebound picked up off the deck by Dillard. Broncos still looking for the season high in points. And there's an offensive foul as Mecca Alexander lowered the shoulder and the elbow and got called for the charge.
And she did lower the shoulder, I'll give her that, but watch Jada Lewis jump this. This is just terrific defense on her part, keeping both hands high, making it very easy for the official to see the contact was on the Spartan side.
It's got to be, as a coach, a very difficult thing to teach how to take a charge.
It is. Usually there's a pad involved. and sometimes just teaching kids how to fall properly is ironically something you have to do. You obviously want to protect your wrists. You want to make sure that you aren't landing backwards on those hands. But Jada, that was just tremendous effort by her to get in front.
That one too strong by Maldonado. Long pass collision at midcourt, or just inside midcourt. Thompson is going to be called for the foul, running into Amelie Sitterud.
Oh boy, yeah, that foul could have gone either way. I mean, you see Thompson getting the inside position here. I mean, Sitterud kind of led with her backside a little bit there. I might have whistled that in the other direction.
Sitterud to the foul line, where she hits the first. Bronco lead now 28 as we are approaching 2:20 to go, as Sitterud rattles that one out. The rebound is controlled by the transfer from Liberty, the Vancouver Canadian, and that one's stolen away by Alexander. And the ball bouncing all over the place, and Boise State gets it back.
Getting a little haphazard out here right now.
Yes.
I think both sides trying to make some things happen. I think on the Broncos side, you got some players getting some minutes that usually are getting spot minutes, and they're getting a little bit more than that, so they're trying to make things happen for them too.
Kiera Thompson, and that's a season high in points for the Broncos with 93, as Kiera's got her first bucket of the game.
Nice job by Kiera, reading that her defender went underneath the screen and recognizing that she had an open opportunity, collecting and finishing well.
Jada Lewis now the only Bronco player today who has not scored. That one rattles out for Sitterud. Now they run a play for Jada to get her on the board. She drives baseline and is fouled.
She was tiptoeing that baseline, so it was either going to be a foul or probably her stepping out of bounds, one of the two.
Tatum Thompson with 28 today. That is her 6th game this season, leading the Broncos in scoring. And their bench has really played well this season. And today, 19-17 on the scoring end. That one doesn't go for Howard. And an offensive foul. And if that's Sitterud, no, it's not. That is Pateau.
Again, watch Jada Lewis on this, fighting to jump high over that screen, and her effort to get skinny and to jump up early is what made the call so easy for the official. So again, well done by Jada Lewis. She's known for her defensive ability, and she's just really making it count out here.
Maldonado fires, skips off the iron as we're under a minute to go.
Sitterud, the crowd is unhappy with the elbow that she just threw right there.
Alexander with the recovery. Pateau gives it to Fuster. Takes about 4 steps, misses that one, and Howard collects a rebound. One thing they need to teach her is 6'4", is not to bring the ball down after she rebounds. But in that time, it did not cost her.
But she does have 3 rebounds right now,
Yep.
which I believe is a season high for her. I stand corrected.
4 is her season
high.
best. And Izzy Harms with the bucket. And that's going to probably put the books on the Broncos scoring. Harms, a season best of 11. She's got 8 today. Outside, Sitterud, guarded by Lewis. Into the corner, Alexander with the foot on the line, sails off. And that's the way this game ends with Boise State. A season best in points with 96. And they win it 96-62. Really not challenged after that first quarter. Credit to the Spartans. They equalized things in the second quarter, won the only 2 down in the third quarter, and Boise State +7 here in the fourth ends the game on a 6-0 run to improve their record now to 17-5 and a 7-game winning streak, their longest since the 2017-18 season. Broncos win 96-62. We'll chat with a couple of Boise State players when we return to ExtraMile Arena. And welcome back to ExtraMile Arena in Boise, where the Broncos win their 7th straight with a season best 96 points, beating San Jose State 96-62. Mark Snyder and Kim Bridges joined by one of the Broncos seniors, Maya Hansen, with a big smile on her face. It looked like you guys were having fun out there today.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, every day we get to go out and play a basketball game on this court is a fun time, especially because Coach P brought up something that we actually have 4 more games on this court for us seniors. So just taking those for what it is and not taking them for granted.
You know, with this win, Maya, I don't know if you realize this, but 7 in a row is the longest single season win streak since, gosh, 2017, 2018. What does that mean for the senior class to be a part of something like that?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Just to see the growth, obviously, us 4 seniors started as freshmen here. Just to see us improve each year, it's just very rewarding to know all that work we've put in. And one of our big goals this year is to just bring back that culture that we used to have here at Boise State. So to see that coming back alive, it makes us happy.
You had 8 assists today, a lot of those in the first quarter to Tatum Thompson, who had 18 in that first quarter. Can you describe what that quarter was like? I mean, you guys put 39 on the board.
Yeah, oh, no, it was fun, for sure. If we can have a start like that each game, it's the biggest thing. Obviously, we just want to win each what we call mini game. It's just those 5-minute games in each quarter. So just going out and winning each of those and just kind of making a competitive feeling for us. But ultimately, I think we just have that connection. We have that chemistry now, and it feels fun. It feels simple to play together.
And 8 assists is tremendous. Just one off of your career high, so that was great. But I also was impressed. I mean, 2 for 3 from three-point land. And I just feel like the last couple games, you bring whatever the Broncos are missing in any sort of moment. And that was what happened today. So how does that feel to be able to contribute? If they need scoring, then you give them scoring. If you need assists, then you give them assists. You know, I saw some great up passes at Tatum, but what does that mean for you to just be that contributor that you are?
Yeah, obviously, I'm just here to do whatever our team needs to win. That's the #1 goal for me. So obviously, I know we have some great scorers on this team, so I'm definitely going to be looking for them. But if it's an open look for me or I need to hit that shot, then I'm looking for that as well. But ultimately, whatever is going to get us points on the board, that's what I'm here for.
Well, Maya Hansen, the next trip on the road, you have a road game and then home against New Mexico. So a lot of tough games still ahead. Good job today. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Maya Hansen, our guest, 6 points, 8 assists, and a big reason why the Broncos won their 7th straight game this afternoon against San Jose State, 96-62. We're now joined by the Broncos' leading scorer, Tatum Thompson. Tatum, congratulations. A career best 28 points and a season best record 18 first quarter points. What was your mindset coming into this game today?
We just wanted to come out aggressive. One of our main points was to not be complacent, and so no matter who the opponent is, we just want to go out and play it like it's our last game that we've got.
Tatum, you guys had a bye on Wednesday. How important was that bye for you personally? I mean, not taking offense to this, please, but I think you looked a little tired the last couple of games. So how much did you embrace that bye?
I think it's definitely great to have a little rest, but I feel like when you have a bye game like that, you get a little bit antsy for the next game. So it's definitely good for rest, though.
Well, if this is how you play after being antsy, we want more of it.
When you look at this game, it's easy to overlook a team like San Jose State. They're at the bottom of the league. What were the coaches preaching? What was the mindset coming in so that you don't look past the Spartans today?
Well, yeah, just, again, not being complacent and sharing the ball and just playing team basketball was definitely one of our main points, and I thought we came out and accomplished that this game.
And Tatum, I know Mark mentioned your 18 points in the first quarter. I mean, you guys were bulldozing the Spartans in that point. But that is actually a program record. I don't know if you remember Riley Luford. She had 15 points in the first quarter, one game. But what does it mean to put your name into the record books yet another time?
I think it's actually kind of exciting, and you get to leave a little bit of your mark on the program that's been absolutely amazing in the past, and we want to keep adding to that, so it's definitely just an honor.
We head down to Nevada next, and you talked a little bit about sharing the basketball. 24 assists on 36 shots, made baskets, so everybody was getting into the act. You had, I think, 4 players in double figures. A good, solid team win?
Oh, a great solid team win. That was one of our goals, so yeah, we got it done.
All right, well, next one on the road at Nevada, and then we will see you back here to take on the Lobos of New Mexico.
All right.
Congratulations. Good game.
Good game, Tatum.
Tatum Thompson, 28 points, a career best, 18 of those in that first quarter, again, setting a program record, and Boise State improves their season mark to 17-5. They are now 8-3 in the conference and will at no worst maintain that 4th place spot, and actually now they've moved into a tie for 3rd with Colorado State, who lost this afternoon. So a good game for Boise State. We look at the final numbers, Kim, and we talked about how Boise State is 12-0 when they out-rebound their opponents, make it 13.
Well, and looking at the turnovers, I think that's a little bit deceiving, seeing 13 there, because in the first half, I mean, they were very clean with the basketball. I think some of those turnovers came in the later parts of the game when we had some different sub-rotations in there. I mean, 50% from 3. You know, the Broncos are known for shooting well from beyond the arc, but I mean, 14 of 28, they're efficient in that way. They aren't going to jack up extra shots just because they're there. And they got some threes from folks off the bench, too, which is only making their team stronger as a whole.
Well, San Jose State came out in the zone and it cost them.
It did. And sometimes that's impossible to recover from. I mean, 39 points in the first quarter. I don't know many teams that can come back from that.
Broncos next in action at Nevada. It's an 11:30 a.m. time down in Reno, so you'll want to catch that one. Get up early, set your alarm for that one on the Mountain West Network. We're next here at ExtraMile Arena for a 1 p.m. game on February 7th when the Lobos come to town. A tough one in store for the Broncos against New Mexico. Here this afternoon, Boise State rolls 96-62, scoring their most points in the season. Tatum Thompson, Danny Bays, Natalie Pasco in double figures, and the Broncos win their 7th in a row. For our production crew and Kim Bridges, I'm Mark Snyder. Thanks for joining us. Broncos win. Have a great weekend, everybody.